Good morning, lovely ones. Good morning. Signs that your gifts, your soul gifts, are definitely ready to be activated into your next level. Yesterday, I had my class and I was sitting and listening. I was actually just sitting and listening. And I realized, because I have been interviewing my speakers, experts from all over the world, and I was sitting in my own inner circle and I was listening and I realized they are the same. This is a powerful moment of realization. I realized their energies were the same. And I remember when some of them first walked into my world and they were excited to explore the gifts, right? So that was the first step, okay, let's do this. But now, some of them have been with me for a couple of years, and what you see happening now is they match the potential of all these global spiritual teachers. And how do I know? Because I have been interviewing them and I'm seeing these women and how powerful they are. And really, after a call, I took a moment to sit and just realize what just happened. They are matching that level, which is extraordinary. And one of them actually said, in a very firm way, I just feel unshakable. And I'm like, that's it. Once you hit that, that is where the next level can come. Now, do you need to be in unshakableness right now? No, you don't. No, you don't, because that's actually the journey I take women on, to come to the level where they literally say in such a profound way, I'm just unshakable. And this is the moment where the next iteration starts to happen. There's never an ending. This is where new levels of powerful co-creation come online. So me sitting there and just seeing them and listening, and the beautiful thing is, what I do in one of the experiences is that they co-create together. So I'm actually not a part of that at all. They're in their own room and they're doing whatever they do, and then they come back like in a retreat. And this is where that kind of magic happens. I mean, that is powerful, to realize that we're in this together. And so how do you know? First thing about gifts is you just have this strong desire. You feel the calling, you feel the pull, you just, you feel interested, there's just this spark. There's this spark. And after this phase, you get I'm going to prioritize this. This is where the women come into my world. They're not just spiritual. They're I'm going to prioritize. And then there's the difference between now and again, or all in. In my inner circle, I'm going to, already a little spoiler alert, I'm actually behind the scenes creating a beautiful program that is like my inner circle, which is called Gifted, more accessible and powerful, because it's an all-in energy formula. Why? Because I know when you do that, when you're surrounded in an environment where you're just infused with this, it will just activate. That is how I activated my gifts. So that is clearly a powerful way. And now I see my clients doing the same. So knowing there's this all in. Now, when women step into that, they're activating the next level. But then what starts to happen is there starts to come this moment where you just see the switch being turned on. And it's I am this. Yes. And that is where it really hits home, and where it's really standing as this portal, standing in this energy and choosing to co-create together, which is not from need. It's a choice to co-create, just like I co-create with my clients, and just like I co-create with all the spiritual teachers, right? I'm interviewing. It's a choice of co-creation, and that is just a phenomenal place to be in. So there's all of these leaps, and I would say it's available for everyone who's listening, because if you're listening, that means you're interested. And if you're interested, that means there's a calling. And if there's a calling, that means it's for you. However, it doesn't just happen. If people think you just become a psychic or you just become that, some people do, but the truth is, I did not. For me, it didn't happen that way. For me, it was literally being activated by choosing to be in a space. Okay? So for those of you who choose to be in the space, something good is coming up. We start on Sunday, right? Check the stories, check the email, dropping in the link here as well so that you can join. Okay? Anyway, I love you. Good morning. Oh, hello, Marlene. Good morning. You had a break. Well, you're jumping in a good time. We're going to go on a roll. Starting on Sunday, Monday, the Soul Purpose Quantum Activation will start. 1 interview a day, 1 deep dive, 1 activation. So if you're in, you can come. Anyway, I'm going to see what they have. We are delighted to come, and truly this is what it is. So every phase has got a new kind of spark. First one is the spark of curiosity. Ooh, that would be fun. If I could do that, almost looking at someone thinking, if I would like have that, be that, could have that, do that. It's around the gifts. Perfect. First step, come into this space. Then the next step is, ooh, I don't just do what they do. I actually have my own gifts. I actually have my own. And now I start to realize as I'm in this space, as I get the structure, as I get the methods, I have my own soul signature system. I have my own way of moving with my gifts. Now, next step. Now I'm going to explore and express and exchange this in the world, with people, first in a safe environment, but now let's go take it to a whole new level, because soul gifts are not something you can reason about. It's a step into something you do not really understand, you do not really know, and still you know it is it, and you step into it. Now, if you're not stepping into this, you stay in the human gift show, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to go into soul gift means you trust, because you bring in new things that are not yet there. Otherwise, it's human. And it's not a problem, but if then you go into the soul gifts. Now, once you start to explore that and you become more comfortable in that, and then you become more like, oh, I can do this. And then there will be this level that it hits home and you just know who you are, what you came to do. And there's this certainty landing. Now, this is what we would say the starting point of impacting with your soul gifts. Because once you hold the certainty within, you're no longer asking for permission, questioning, or doubting, but you embody this level of certainty. That is where the exchange, you become magnetic, and the exchange just start to flow. And this is now once women in this space come together, and it doesn't take long, everyone, because the energy is fast, but you have to position yourself, put yourself in a space where you will be activated. Without the activation, it is like taking more time. So when you allow yourself to be in a space of activation, meaning other women like you who already embody their gifts, what starts to happen is now you start to create this momentum within yourself, and you create this other world experience, what now becomes a real thing, not just something vague you do on your own somewhere and then, no, it's actually an exchange with other women in physical form. What starts to happen is your human starts to become more certain, secure, and it's like now is the time. And from that on, like you get wings and the next levels, because truly that is only the starting point. Most people think that is the end. That is the starting point, because that is where you meet yourself at, this is what I came to do on this plane. This is what I came to, like I intended, I can feel it. I'm on track. I'm in my purpose. I am here. I'm landing. And once you're there, you start to create rather than to search, rather than to second guess. You start to create. And this is where you start to build your empire. And so it is. So there's a clear structure to the activations of your gifts. And there's also clear signs where you are. First one is just this spark, curiosity. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, but I'm not really very spiritual. Doesn't matter. If you feel the spark, it's there. Do not think you need to be a very, very spiritual person. I would not say I was a very spiritual person. Like, if you know me, I'm very grounded. I'm very down to earth. However, I did activate all of these gifts, and I always had this calling. I always had this curiosity. As a 16-year-old, I would do the tarot. I would like be fascinated by people who could do that. I would watch the shows on television. I just had this curiosity. I didn't know I had the gifts because I thought that was the gift, what they would do on the show, right? And I'm like, that is not me. I do not want to talk to dead people, although now I can, right? But at that time, I'm like, no, I will not talk to the dead people. That is scary to me. I was I had a lot of fear in the dark. Also, that has solved. For 10 years, I slept with the light on. I could feel things. I didn't have a clue, and no one could show me what it was, right? Or no one. Until I figured it out myself. And of course, now I hold space for women. And because I know how it is to go from, I really don't have a clue, to I'm super, super certain, 100% certain, I know how to bridge that because I actually experienced that. It's not something I don't know how to do. I know exactly what you need. And so that is a big difference. Now, once women come into this space and now they start to activate their gifts, and they start to see, oh, it's uniquely me. It's actually so close to who I am. It's not something complex. And now opening, trusting. And I also see a lot because I trust so much. Like, I trust for the whole world. I really do. I know for the whole world that it's like, oh, because she trusts me, I can do it, right? It's like that leap. And I needed that one time. I needed to be able to channel for a person, like with my eyes closed. I was always writing. And do that and realize I just did that. And she said it was right what I said. And I was like, okay. And that was a turning moment. But just first getting clear about what it is and then actually practicing it and then doing it in a group of like-minded and then doing it in a bigger group and then. And you will feel, and this is the moment really right now in time and space, where the energy moves really fast, where big missions are being revealed. And it's all about who you are. It's all about the cleanness, the clearness of the energy, the pureness of the energy, and moving. Boom. It's not a slow moving thing. It's a fast moving thing. It is not based on waiting and sitting and hoping. It is also not based on prioritizing others. To be very clear, this last year was all about my family. And yesterday I said something, and I was actually, can I say this? But the truth is right now, I prioritize my mission 100%. I can feel I have to. I can feel I'm called. Now is the time for me to be all in. And if this is for me, usually the women who resonate with me have the same feeling. And it's in some cases, to be very clear, for me, it's now building, creating structures, like in my empire, in how I operate, in allow myself to be in clear energy. So everything what is in the way of that, no, it's going to be moved out of so that I can be who I'm destined to be. So if you, now back to you, are in an environment, are in a state where you're so occupied with your daily life struggles or your things like that are triggering you, it's time to clear it out so that you can open this. Because we're moving already now again to the 21st of June, and then another hit will come. I want you to know that. So right now is about restructuring. It's about opening. It's about creating space so that when on the 21st the portal opens until the 21st of December, you are ready to receive all the upgrades so that a new round, there's a new cycle and it moves fast, but you have to step in. Anyway, one of the ways is that you can join us, me with all the other spiritual teachers, way showers, like they're powerful sessions. I love them a lot. They're my friends. All of them are my friends. I decided to do it very in a personal way. Everyone I resonate with greatly, they're on. And so you can join if that is for you. And otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.